Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Loving the WrestleMania rumors as always. Chugging along, getting us to the point. I made a video last night basically saying that I've almost switched my opinion. It's not so much that I care a ton about the TLC pay-per-view itself, but I want to see what happens with this TLC match. And nothing makes me want to say that I'm going to be watching the TLC pay-per-view and tuning in, making sure I'm up to date on what's going on with this undisputed, whatever it's going to be called, WWE champion that's going to be going from here on out. Sad to see the retirement of the Ric Flair belt, but Royal Rumble right up around the corner, kicking us right into that big WrestleMania season. And I guess the hot story that they're cooking up on the stove, they're heating it up, they're going to throw the carrots and the potatoes in there with it soon, is I don't even know why they headlined this as Triple H's opponent for WrestleMania 30 on all the dirt sheet sites this morning. But basically, they're saying that Triple H is going to be wrestling CM Punk. And honestly, this is going to be one of the best matches that they can give us on the card. Two of the best wrestlers that go into it and give us everything they can with every match that they give us. Honestly, you can say that maybe Triple H let us down last year, having a so-so match against Brock Lesnar, and you can say what you want to say about the burns that he received during his entrance when he came walking out to the ring. The dry ice or whatever it was, just tore up all of his abs. I thought he walked through a fire extinguisher and it just sort of shot him. I don't know what the fuck I thought it was, but I didn't know it was that bad until he took the pictures and posted it on Twitter the next day. Honestly, if you go back in history, this isn't the first time we've seen CM Punk versus Triple H. And honestly, if you go back to Night of Champions 2011, the program really didn't work. It was really honestly supposed to be Kevin Nash against Kevin Nash against CM Punk. And Kevin Nash wasn't able to pass I don't know if it was the wellness test or just the physical in order to make him able to wrestle. It was something with his heart, and I don't know. I've never really believed those stories, but I'm guessing that's the real reason why they pulled him out of there. You can remember in WCW, he no-showed 2 pay-per-views. One was a big match. He was supposed to do the job to the Giant, and he didn't want to put him over, so he told everybody, I had a heart attack, I was in the hospital. And you can find that story just about anywhere. And Kevin Nash, when he goes on and he does shoot interviews and stuff, he never really just tells the truth. He'll just fabricate the story to make you want to believe it more. He's a very likable, very nice guy. You want to believe what he's saying, but what he's saying is total, utter bullshit. But basically, they pulled Kevin Nash at the last minute. I'm not sure if it was it wasn't the go-home the Night of Champions, it was the one before, but basically they honestly pulled him with like a minute left. It was like they had a match in the ring, and then they just had a cutscene in the back of Triple H up in CM Punk's face, telling him that he was going to be the guy that was facing Punk, not Kevin Nash. And that was your build-up. That was your, wow, okay. I know that Triple H was on the plate to get there later, and then to make it worse, they go out there in the match. Didn't really have a whole lot of build-up and a whole lot of flavor to it. It was basically the whole storyline of CM Punk thought that Triple H didn't want him to be champion, so Kevin Nash came out there and did what he did. Then it was all, Alberto Del Rio cashed in, and then, it came out that it wasn't Triple H that made the call. It was Kevin Nash that set up the whole thing just because Kevin Nash wanted to be back into the fold. He wanted to be part of the WWE Universe, and he felt like that Triple H was giving him the shaft, and that turned into Triple H versus Kevin Nash at the TLC pay-per-view in December. And to make things worse, the pay-per-view that was in the middle, I don't even remember which one that was, Punk and Triple H, they tag-teamed, I think, against Miz and R-Truth, and the whole storyline's all fucked up and stupid anyways. So it's better off if you just scrap it and throw it away. If you get Punk and you get Triple H in the ring and you build them up as, Punk is this, goody two-shoes good guy, and he's going to stand up for the WWE, and he wants to fight the authority, or he called them douchebags on Monday Night Raw. I think it's going to be a good match. And that's all I can really ask for, my favorite wrestler. You never know. It might be the last time that I get to see this guy wrestle, Triple H, guy that I've always liked, basically I can't say throughout his whole career, because I didn't be like, oh, I was the biggest terrorizing fan in the world. I didn't know who the fuck he was. But as Triple H moved up to the ranks, he was the one guy that sort of grabbed my eye, and I gravitated, knowing that, through the years of like 98 and 99, basically, it was right before, when he was doing the nation stuff, right before the ladder match at Madison Square Garden at SummerSlam, when he won the Intercontinental title and he won the big one. That was when I sort of latched onto that guy, and I said, this guy is going to be the WWE champion someday, and I want to be, number one on the fan club when he gets there. And followed him all throughout the way, and I never thought he would have a run like he did throughout the McMahon-Helmsley era. He was the right guy to grab onto. I know there's big fans through those times that were huge Rock fans, huge Stone Cold Steve Austin fans, and huge Undertaker fans, and Triple H sort of sits at the last place on those guys, top four of that era. But to me, he was always number one. You just always knew that when he had a match on pay-per-view, it was going to be worth the money to order. Back in those days before streams, and you actually had to order them if you wanted to be up to date on what was going on. I knew if Triple H was out there, I was to get everything that, I think they cost $40 back then, and to watch his matches, it was worth $40 if he was in the main event. Basically with them pairing these guys up, your mystery guys out there are Undertaker, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, to see what's going on. Honestly, you would think that this isn't going to be a title match, so that would see maybe we can get a John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. Maybe Daniel Bryan winning the Royal Rumble, but then you got to say, well, then where does Randy Orton fit into all of this? And maybe you can get an Undertaker versus the Shield match. They kept bringing them up on Monday Night Raw as the guys that put Undertaker out of commission, but maybe they're just sort of fishing, trying to see if that's a storyline fans will grab a hold on. I don't know. They're giving us 2 3-on-1 matches at TLC. I think by the time those are over, people aren't going to want to see those anymore, and they're not going to want to see another 3-on-1, even if it involves the Undertaker come WrestleMania 30. So maybe they'll do the 3-on-2. They just did another one of those also, and they did Bryan and Punk against the Wyatts at the Survivor Series, so it's like they're just reusing that idea again. I don't know. I think, honestly, you got to sort of scrap the Shield and the Undertaker. I think it would have been great, but I think as I've just gone over the 3-on-2s, the 3-on-1s, you're sort of making us, act like, all right, it's these guys that I really like and I really care about, but I've just seen this over the last few months with other guys. I want a type of match that's, new and fresh, and it's like, wow. Maybe you can do Orton versus Taker. A lot of people love that match from WrestleMania 22's Henry. WrestleMania 21, a lot of people thought that Orton was the one guy that was going to step up and he was going to beat the Undertaker, sort of taking that whole evolution class to the next stage, seeing how Orton was going to beat Taker, beat the streak. That night, Batista also beat Triple H, and he took the World Heavyweight Championship from him. So both of those guys from Evolution would move into the forefront of the WWE, sort of like passing the torch, and the Evolution storyline would just sort of be that much better. It is what it is. Punk and Triple H, what do you guys think about it? I'm ready for it. I want to see it. That last time, like I said, was the shits. This time, should be great.